So I recently finished one of the new quests called the Millennial Mountains, which give more crumbs on the missing Yaksha. Yeah, I know I'm late. So I thought of compiling everything we have found about him so far, and in this video I will explain about the Yaksha's presence in the chasm. So before starting off this video, I want you guys to like this video and subscribe the channel if you haven't. And now let's start. So one of the side quests in Genshin Impact, known as the Yaksha's Wish, we find out that in Minlin there are some ruins hiding a Yaksha's treasure. He even left a message saying that anyone who solves this puzzle can take it. And he even gives us his name, which is Bosekius. Him and Elatus, aka Xiao, are the only ones left. It seems he was looking for a place to die. And it was also revealed in Yaksha the Guardian Adepti that 3 out of 5 Yakshas perished. The Electro one, who has 4 arms, succumbed to the darkness and went missing. And if we talk about the tenacity of Millelith, which is an artifact set, the lore tells us about the Millelith soldiers who fought in the chasm during the cataclysm 500 years ago. They were joined by an unnamed Yaksha. Nobody knew who he was. Some speculated that he wasn't even under the command of Rex Lapis in the chasm with the Millelith soldiers. And now let's talk about the Calamity Kwiller weapon. It turns out that it was wielded by an unnamed Yaksha and was lost with him in the chasm. I guess it was found at some point, since it mentions people who used the spear afterwards met similar fates, and its current holder is Shenhe. It was forged from an ominous aqua-colored crystal found in the chasm. Interestingly, the description also mentions that it was forged using materials that are not from this world. I initially thought of the Lumen Stone. Yeah, I went to read the lore today only. But it isn't described as ominous or anything similar. The person who found the ore and asked to forge the weapon was practicing exorcism, but it's unknown whether it was the Yaksha or someone else. Let's see. One more vermilion hereafter artifact set. So appearance wise, it's clear this is connected to the Electro Yaksha, especially the circlet which resembles the mask. As for the lore, well, there's not much as I wanted it to be, or maybe there's something I didn't realize is a clue. Either way, here are some key points. The unnamed Yaksha has 4 arms, just like the Electro one. He was traveling and exorcising evil. People living near the chasm asked the Yaksha to help them, offering him wine. He didn't say anything and turned east, disregarding all attempts to make them stay. So I guess this implies he initially wanted to silently refuse. The next line, which says, "But the simple crystal sand wine cup that the guests share with the tribal elders remains to this day a testament to their pact." This line might indicate that he accepted in the end. Well, we know he did say yes based on the previous info. And now finally, if we talk about the Millennial Mountains quest. So in this quest we find a memorial dedicated to the fallen Millelith soldiers, and there's a legend saying that if we place 6 specific offerings, we will obtain a special treasure. Here's a picture of all the items from my inventory. They kinda parallel the 5 artifacts: flower, feather, sands, which actually looks like the tenacity of the Millelith one, cup, circlet, minor helmet, and we have also got a spear resembling either Dragon's Bane or Lithic Spear. I'm more inclined to think it's the latter because the lore describes it's a weapon favored by the Millelith. Then there's the paragraph at the end which might refer to the battle at the chasm 500 years ago. The area where I found the spear has many others similar to it, so that's why that was just an interesting detail I wanted to point out. But back to the quest. After placing the offerings, a tunnel opens up and there's a luxurious chest, a set of 4 tenacity pieces, and a stone tablet. Unfortunately, the game doesn't let me read the tablet now that I am done with the quest, but I wanted to take screenshots, so I'll just rely on my memory. And also, this part is highly speculative. Turns out the Yaksha might have survived. Much to his dismay, he can no longer use his 4 arms, so he asked somebody to write the text on the tablet. He had deep regrets of the outcome of the battle, and it seems he tried to end his life, but Rex Lapis stopped him and got him out of that state. The artifacts are Millelith's armor, gifted by Rex Lapis, but he no longer can use them, so whoever finds them can freely take them. And these are things I found out about the Yaksha, and here is my conclusion. It became clear that the Electro Yaksha is the one who fought in the chasm. It is not specified whether it's Bosekius or not, but considering only him and Xiao are left, this seems like a logical conclusion. The wording from both tablets is also rather similar, and it's kind kind of a bummer. There's nothing about the Yaksha in the underground mines, at least from what I have done so far, except for a mention by Zeong. I guess this is further proof that he indeed survived and went back to the surface. Now we'll have to see if he is still alive somewhere, cause 500 years have already passed. I guess it's possible to meet him as an NPC. Personally, I'm curious about his arrival at the chasm. Why did he seemingly refuse at first, and what made him change his mind? His perspective on the cataclysm, how he survived, and what happened to the Calamity Kwiller. Also, I wonder what Xiao's reaction will be, assuming he wasn't aware about Berserkius. But anyways, what are your thoughts? Have you found any other crumbs on the unnamed Yaksha? Comment down below, and also tell us your favorite theory about the chasm and its regions. And now, thanks for watching.